Good morning everyone. Welcome to SRBPS online classes. This is again Nisha Sharma going to teach you science for class 4. In last class we have done first part of our chapter 1 and the chapter name was food and health. What is the chapter name? Food and health. In the first part we came to know that what does food contain, how is food important to us, what are nutrients, what are the types of nutrients, and what is balanced diet. In the second part we will come to know about digestion, process of digestion, cooking practices, food preservation and methods of food preservation. So, we will start with the first topic, digestion. So, to explain you that topic, I want you people to watch a video. So, stay tuned and watch the video.
Our topic for today is digestive system in humans. Digestion is a process in which complex food material is broken down into simpler substances. The digestion of food in humans takes place in the alimentary canal, which is a long tube extending from the mouth to the anus. The different parts of the alimentary canal are buccal cavity, food pipe or esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. Two glands, namely liver and pancreas, also help in digestion. The food is taken in through the mouth. It is chewed and mixed with saliva in the buccal cavity. Saliva is a digestive juice secreted by the salivary glands. The chewed food enters into the food pipe or esophagus and is then slowly pushed into a bag-like structure called stomach. The food is churned in the stomach to further break it down. The stomach also secretes mucus, digestive juices, and hydrochloric acid. The hydrochloric acid kills the bacteria in the food and makes the food acidic. The food then goes into a highly coiled tube called small intestine. The small intestine receives secretions from the liver and pancreas. The liver secretes bile juice, while the pancreas secretes pancreatic juice. The walls of the small intestine also secrete juices which help in further digestion of food. The inner surface of the small intestine has finger-like projections called villi. The villi have extensive network of blood vessels. The digested food is then passed into the blood vessels. The undigested food is passed into the large intestine. It is wider than the small intestine. Excess of water and salts are absorbed here, and undigested waste is passed out of the body through the anus.
Our next topic is cooking practices. We all cook food. Your mother is cooking food, right? But there is a question, why do we cook food? What is the question? Why do we cook food? We all cook food for some reasons. We all cook food to make it soft, to kill germs present in food, and to make it tasty. Number one is to make it soft. See, you would have seen pulses. Pulses are very hard to chew. है ना? Can you eat raw pulses? You can't eat raw pulses, na? So when you bake them, when you cook them, they becomes soft and you can easily eat them, है ना? So making soft food by cooking helps us to chew it properly and makes it easy to digest, है ना? If food is soft, so we can chew it properly and it can be digested properly. Clear? Next is kill germs. So many germs are there on the food, है ना? Raw food may have some germs. So when we cook the food, cooking kills the germs and makes food safe to eat. Cooking kills germs and makes food safe to eat. And one more thing, cooking makes the food tasty. Cooking makes the food tasty. See, when you cook the food, all spices get absorbed by the food, by the vegetables or fruits, है ना? So by this it becomes very tasty, very delicious. Now our next topic is proper cooking practices. We all should cook the food properly. It must be properly cooked food, because when food is not cooked properly, it can destroy nutrients. We can give so many examples for this. The first one is, we should not overcook or over fry the food. The first one is, we should not overcook or over fry the food, because when we overcook or over fry the food, it destroys its nutrients. What happens? It destroys its nutrient. Next is, when sometime it happens that some gram seeds or pulses are soaked in water for a long time, है ना? आपने देखा होगा आपकी मम्मा कभी पानी में दाल भिगो के या ग्राम सीड भिगो के रखती है ना? और सम टाइम food or vegetables are boiled in water. So when we do this, we should not throw the water away. What happens when we boil or soak the vegetables, pulses or rice in water? The nutrient from these foods mix with the water. These nutrients are lost if the water is thrown away, है ना? Because nutrients are mixed in water, and if we throw the water, so all nutrients will be wasted by that. So we should not throw away the water in which food has been boiled or soaked overnight. Clear? And there can be other examples also, like raw vegetables, cucumber, carrots, radish, tomatoes, lemons, these are eaten raw. ये कच्ची खाई जाती है. Okay, because it contains vitamin C, and vitamin C is destroyed by high temperature. When you cook them, then it destroys the vitamin C present in the food. Now the next is food preservation. Okay, come on, speak with me. What is the next topic? Food preservation. You would be thinking, what is food preservation? What is food preservation? See, you would have seen sometimes when cooked food is left unused for a few hours in a warm place or at room temperature, it become stale. है ना? When food is kept at room temperature, when you don't keep it in fridge, it becomes spoiled. It can become stale. Stale food has germs growing in it that can make us sick. Okay, so there is a need to prevent food from getting spoiled. So the method of preventing food from getting spoiled at room temperature is called food preservations. You can also speak with me. Preventing food from getting spoiled at room temperature is called food preservation. Is it clear? So many methods are there for preserving the food. We will also study some method of food preservation. What are the methods of food preservation? The first one is canning, second is drying, third is freezing, fourth is making jams, fifth is boiling, and sixth is salting. So we are coming to the first one, which is canning. So what is canning? Canning means to keep the food in an airtight can. है ना? You would have seen that your mother, when she is bringing namkeen and all, she is keeping those all things in airtight can, because if we don't do this, then they will catch the moist and becomes spoiled by that. Next is drying. Some things we use as drying. Drying means to keep the things, food items, under the sun and remove the water from it. Like potato chips. When your mother is making potato chips at home, then what does she do? She keep all the potato chips under the sun and remove water from it. Then you can preserve these potato chips for longer time now. Next is freezing. Next is freezing. Like you are keeping vegetables and fruits in fridge, and you are keeping milk and other things also in the fridge, because freezing can prevent the food or avoid the food from getting spoiled. Next is making jams. Pulp of ripe fruits can be preserved in high amount of sugar as jams. You would see that fruits can be perished, fruits can be spoiled, but when you take the pulp of all the ripe fruits and when you keep all the things or preserved them in high amount of sugar, then it won't be spoiled. So this process is called jamming or making jams. Next is boiling. There is a simple example of boiling is milk. See, you would have seen your mother is boiling milk 2 or 3 times in a day so that it can't be spoiled. Next is salting. Salt is also a preservative. Preservative means it is an element of preservation which keeps the things fresh. Pickles are preserved in salt as well as oil, है ना? So that these can be afreshed for a longer time. These can be used for a longer time. So these are our methods of food preservation. So students, do you like the video? I guess you like that very much, and you have come to know about all the topics what are discussed in the class. I want you people to watch the video again and clarify your doubts in the class. Thank you. Have a nice day and keep learning. Bye bye.